Hello, I'm Elizabeth and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to discuss mini rolls, is what I refer to them as. They are smaller rolls because they're made using half of the nori sheet. So you can buy half sheets or you can cut the full size into halves. And in these rolls it's very simple ingredients. So we're looking at one or two ingredients when you're rolling it. So we have the avocado, cucumber, crab sticks, shrimp that has been just lightly cooked on the pan, and then we have smoked salmon. So smoked salmon, we're just going to use a few pieces for this. So let's get started. So if I'm going to be using the sushi rice, and if you would like the instructions on making this, go ahead and click the link below in this video. It will take you to another video dedicated to just teaching beginners how to make the sushi rice. Alright. So we're going to start using the little mini sheets. The half sheets, I want to make sure that I'm looking for one side is shiny, one side is it's smooth, and the other side is rough and a little more dull. So I'm going to put two on my mat at the same time, just for efficiencies. Put those to the side. Alright, I dip my fingers into vinegar. This helps prevent the rice from sticking to my hands. I'm going to take a little bit of rice. Normally I would need a full handful with the larger sheet, but the smaller sheet, you just need a little bit. I'm going to move it all the way to all the edges, just like I normally would. And be careful not to make it too thick. What's nice about these smaller rolls is that one's fast and easy to make, and two, they're the perfect size for children to pop in their mouth really easy in one bite. Maybe two, depending on the age of the kid. But this is how I introduced sushi to my children at first, is utilizing cooked ingredients instead of raw and keeping it simple. There we go. And at this stage, I add the sesame seeds. Now, depending on your children, you could hold off the first time with sesame seeds and add it on later to slowly introduce them to new foods. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and flip these over. So I'm flipping it with the long side facing me, short side facing out. I'm going to put this one on the side. I'm going to roll one at a time. So the first one I'm going to roll is the smoked salmon. So I'm going to take one piece of smoked salmon. This is a big one. This might be a bit more. Let's see if we can get it smaller. There we go. It's good size. And then I want to use some avocado and cucumber. So I just have one little piece of cucumber in here. And I'm going to pull out some avocado. There we go. And that's all I'm putting in here. I'm going to clean my hands and start rolling. So you'll hold in the front two fingers right here, and then I'm pulling forward and then press down. Almost all the way there. It's that quick. And then keep rolling until you close that seam. And look for the bottom. There it is. Now when I'm cutting this, I will have the bottom seam face down. Alright, I'm going to place that to the side until I'm ready to cut. Next one, place it down. And this time I'm going to go for crab stick. If you want this extra small, you would just cut one crab stick in half and utilize that. Here we're gonna go with the traditional California roll using the crab stick, avocado, keep breaking. This avocado is extra soft. This one is just messy. Still tastes good. All right, clean my hands. Okay, I'm going to dip my fingers in the vinegar one more time. Make sure nothing sticks. I'm going to roll forward and press. Only have a little bit more to go. Keep rolling, press. There you have it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these two. Actually, scratch that. I'm going to cut, I think I can get one more on this mat. Here is the last nori sheet. It's cut in half. And this one I'm going to utilize the cooked shrimp. So I'm dipping my fingers again into the vinegar, grabbing a little bit of rice. Applying it to the rough side, smooth side goes down. Move the rice to all edges. So one of the common things people ask is, do you give your kids raw food? In the beginning I gave them cooked. Let them get used to that. So everything was cooked. And my children started asking for the rolls off my plate as early as 2 or 3. So you really need to judge, your comfort level on offering certain foods. So here we have the shrimp. They're on the smaller side, about medium size. They're not that big. Let's see, how many do I have? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to use avocado again. And some cucumbers. There we go. And we're going to roll this. I grab the back side of the mat, pull down with my fingers and roll forward. Push. One of the shrimp came out. That's okay. You just walk it back in. And roll again. Now, my shrimp were deveined, peeled, no tails on. Makes it easy to eat. All right, there we go. Now we're going to focus on cutting. So we have 3 rolls. I'm going to line them up. Let's see, where'd that one come out? So first thing I'm going to do is just trim off any edges. I'll clean that up. Let's see. Move that to the side. We're going to clean our knife. And we're going to add the vinegar to the knife to help prevent the rice from sticking, I am going to go through 3 rolls at once, just for efficiencies. You can go one at a time. It's whatever your comfort level is. If you're new at this, I would strongly suggest 1 roll at a time. So here we are. I'm going to dip my fingers into the vinegar because if not, my fingers will stick. So I'm going to go through the center first. Nice clean cut. See the buildup on the knife, I'm going to clean that off. The more buildup you have, the more likely it's going to stick and resist. So next we're going to look for the 1/4 mark. We cut these in half, and then I'll cut those in half, and then we'll do it again. So here we go. Look at this, knocking it out. You look like a super mom, just cutting up 3 sushi rolls at once and getting those kids fed. The end pieces are always the hardest for me to cut. I'm trying not to let everything squish out. I think with more practice and time, we all get a little better. So it's a learning experience all the time. There we go. So now we're going to plate these. So we have the salmon. And they are very tiny. They are adorable, perfect size, little tiny people. And they're great to fit quite a few on the plate at one time. And perfect size for little appetizers. So there's lots of different uses for these. And it also is a nice way to practice rolling with just a few ingredients before spending a lot of money on buying the raw tunas and salmons. So this is where I started. The shrimp's pretty messy. There you go. And here we have it. We have 3 rolls at once. We have our smoked salmon, our crab stick with traditional California roll, and a shrimp roll.